we'll start the NFC North with the reigning, defending NFC North champions 2 seasons in a row, defending first overall seed in the NFC, even though we lost in the first round that we were eligible to play in. Detroit Lions, 15-2 last season, lost in the divisional round, of course. Where did they rank in passing yards per game?
Second.
On the money, second.
There we go. I got one.
Rushing yards per game.
Second.
Third. Close. Passing yards allowed per game.
22nd.
31st. Rushing yards allowed per game.
12th.
6th.
Oh, wow. A little better
So
than I thought.
second, third, 31st, 6th. Pretty damn good, but they were 15-2, so you can expect that. Who did they lose in the offseason? They, of course, lost Carlton Davis, which when you replace him with DJ Reed, that's an upgrade, so you can't really hate on that one at all. Zadarius Smith is an unrestricted free agent. There is absolutely zero reason on this planet that he shouldn't be a Detroit Lion. He currently lives in Detroit still. It's absurd that he's not on a team yet, and the Lions only have 3 edge rushers on the roster after having to cut Ahmad Hassainen today due to an injury. They also lost Kevin Zeitler. That's a huge loss, right guard. You lose Frank Ragnow. That's a huge loss. He retires. And then everybody else, it's John Kaminsky, Fatu Melifonwu, Emmanuel Mosley, Teddy Bridgewater. Nobody super important there. As far as ads, not really anything after DJ Reed that's too important. Got a lot of corners in free agency. Outside of DJ Reed, none of them are really that great, but you get Avonte Maddox to be a pseudo slot for you if you have some injuries, which they're going to have. Rock Ya-Sin is Rock Ya-Sin. In the draft, they draft Tyleik Williams late in the first round. They also get Tate Rowledge in the second round. One of the best value picks in the draft, in my opinion. He's going to be an immediate starter for the Lions. And with no Frank Ragnow and no Kevin Zeitler and now Graham Glasgow's hurt, he absolutely has to be a great starter. And then Isaac Tesla, who you drafted in the third round, drafted him a lot higher than people wanted you to. Brad Holmes' track record, when he does that, it usually works out fairly well for him. And Isaac Tesla's been great in the preseason. So I think he's going to be a great wide receiver 3-4. Depending on how Tim Patrick plays throughout the year. But, the best Lions additions aren't the ones in free agency. They're the guys that they're getting back. Last year, they had the record for most guys on IR, most guys on one side of the ball on IR. They're getting most of those guys back defensively. Obviously, you still don't get Lee McNeil until, Thanksgiving. You still don't get Malcolm Rodriguez until, Thanksgiving. You don't get... Who else am I missing? That might be it. Derek Barnes, I think, is a little shaky to start the year. But... You get Hutch back. You still have Jack Campbell. You still have the best safety duo in the league, and Kirby and Brian Branch. Your secondary got a lot better. You get a second-year Terrion Arnold, who's probably only going to get better. You unfortunately lose Ennis Rakestraw again. He's out for the year now, so he's going to have played 3 games in his first 2 seasons. That's brutal. But yeah, I mean, they were 15-2 last year with the most injuries in football. Does that mean they're going to be healthy this season and go 17-0 or 16-1? No, they're probably going to be healthier and lose more games, but that's just how it works when you're one of the best few teams in football. You're going to have a really tough schedule, and they're in the best division. So I still think the Lions are going to be great next year. I think they probably lose more 4 or 5 games than 2, but I think they'll be a better team than last year.
I do find it interesting, though, that you did not mention the 2 biggest losses the Lions had.
What are you going to say?
I mean, Ben Johnson.
Oh, yeah, Ben Johnson.
And Aaron Glenn. That was by far the 2 biggest losses, in my opinion, losing.
Yeah, to the public is really infatuated with that.
I mean, it's going to be like that when you have an offensive coordinator that has been that successful.
Yeah, I don't know how we're going to live with Ben Johnson not going on the field and throwing touchdowns and scoring points for us. I don't understand how we're going to live without that.
He does call the plays. It's still a big loss.
No, it's a big loss.
I mean,
it's just we're not going to act like they don't have just as good, if not a better roster than they did with Ben Johnson. And
I don't think this roster is better than last year's roster.
You don't?
I do not.
Just because the offensive line losses?
The offensive line losses, yes.
They're better in the secondary. That was their biggest weakness, as we know.
It's. I mean, new offensive.
You don't think this roster day one is
line.
better than the roster at the end of the season last year?
At the end of the season last year, I think no.
That's what I mean. They played the end of last year with half their team gone. They're all back. A lot of them are back now.
A lot of them, but I mean,
that's the same.
They have to stay healthy still.
Of course, they have to stay healthy, but so does the entire rest of the NFL.
I mean, good point, but I still think that definitely the start of the season last year was better than the start of the season this year, in my opinion.
I mean, yeah, when they had everybody, I guess, just because the offensive line.
Yeah, this offensive
line. Everywhere else are the same, if not better.
I know you're still very, very high on this offensive line.
I'm still high on them. I don't think they're the best in the league anymore.
Yeah, I would put them maybe at 8th in terms of offensive line.
You can win a Super Bowl with the 8th best offensive line.
Can you run the ball as well as you did last year with the 8th best offensive line?
No, but when you're second
I
and
don't know.
third in passing and rushing, I think you can figure it out.
Still got to do it again with a new offensive coordinator, which I still think they're going to be good.
Me too.
I think they're going to be good. The offensive line is concerning a little bit, but you still got Amon-Ra. I think Jameson Williams is going to continue to get better. And you have one of the top 5 running backs in Gibbs, and maybe the best running back duo with Gibbs and Montgomery. So you still have that. Got to perform. You need Aiden Hutchinson to come back from a very hard injury to come back from. And can you play at the same level? We don't know. But
allegedly, he's been really good in camp. I'm the first guy to tell you
always,
that doesn't mean anything, but
it doesn't mean anything.
I mean,
you could be good in camp and be terrible in the season. We've seen that with a couple players.
We'll see.
But I mean, a coordinator change, in my opinion, is still a big thing. We saw the Falcons have one of the best offenses in football. Their coordinator leaves, and they struggled to make the playoffs after that with Kyle Shanahan. So we'll see how it goes. I still think they're going to be good. They have a deep roster. Still need some guys to stay healthy now. I do think they're going to regress a little bit. I think maybe about like 12, 13 wins.
Yeah, that's what I said, 4 or 5 losses. I agree.
And then the last thing I'm concerned about with the Lions is they do have the hardest schedule in the NFL. They play the North. They play the Commanders, Cowboys, Eagles. Very hard schedule.
Those are like the North is like their tough or their easy games.
It is, yeah. But
the Giants and whatnot. But they got, what do they got? Chiefs, Ravens, Eagles.
They have the hardest schedule.
Bengals, if you think they're good.
I looked at, I believe, 3 different websites, and it all had the Lions as the hardest schedule. Strength of schedule. So that makes me lean more
Giants
towards 12
are
wins.
too, aren't they?
Yeah, the Giants. It was because I mean, we went through the Giants schedule on that preview.
Ridiculous. And we found 2 wins, 1 win.
Yes, I think we settled on 2.
Yeah, which
won't
happen, but just looks like it. That's the thing I hate about this, like, and I don't hate the previews, but it's like we sit here and we just speculate for 4 weeks about these teams, and you never know what's going to happen. Up until this week, we didn't even have the rosters completely set. And here we go. I'm just ready for the frickin' season to start where we can just talk about what happened, not what's going to happen. That's
Buccaneers as well.
What about them?
In the Lions schedule.
Oh, yes. So, I mean, Super Bowl contender.
Yeah.
Buccaneers. We'll move on, though, to maybe the most confusing team on here, and that's the Minnesota Vikings. They had the Colts swap here with Ryan Kelly, Will Fries, and Isaiah Rodgers, technically, for Cam Bynum and Daniel Jones. And I don't know if I love that trade for you guys, but I guess you got a starting quarterback out of it, so I guess it kind of works out for you. But, yeah, they didn't add a ton. Actually, no, I take that back because I like Fries, Allen, and Kelly. I think those are huge adds for them, especially Jonathan Allen. I think that's going to be huge for their defense, a defense that was already very good in the run game. But we will ask you here. They were 14-3 last year. They lost in the wild card round to the Rams in Arizona when they played that game. People forget.
Yeah.
But where did they rank in passing yards per game?
I believe it was pretty high. Was it 8? Is it 8th?
Yes, it is 8th.
It is 8th.
Yes,
wow.
it is 8th. Okay, where did they rank in rushing yards per game?
I'll go with like 28th.
19th.
Oh.
Passing yards allowed per game.
I believe pretty bad. Like 26th.
29th.
I said I was gonna stop doing 26.
Yeah, and then rushing yards allowed per game.
I believe they were decent. I'm gonna go with 8th.
2nd.
Yeah. Oh, a little higher than I thought.
Yes, but yeah, they lost a lot in their secondary. They lost Shaq Griffin, Stephon Gilmore, Harrison Phillips on the D-line, Patrick Jones on the D-line. Obviously, they lost Cam Bynum and Cam Robinson. So here's my thing with this team of why they're just so hard to predict, because they go last year and they were 14-3. They completely changed their quarterback. They're going with a quarterback that's never started a game in the NFL. Their team got a little bit worse, but they were still 14-3 last year. So you got to say they have top end talent and they have that top end coaching, which makes the teams like them and the Steelers hard to gauge on how they're going to play, because you can't. It's hard to factor in how great of coaching they have. We're just looking at their rosters and giving an analysis of what we think they're going to do based on the rosters, but it's hard to evaluate the coaching in it. So if they still had Sam Darnold this year and the same moves in the offseason, it'd be like, okay, they're 14-3 last year. They got a little bit worse in a spot that they couldn't afford to get a little bit worse, and they won some games maybe last year that they shouldn't have. So let's say they win 11 games, 12 games, whatever. Now it's like, well, they were good. They also changed their quarterback. What's he going to be? We don't know. How do you predict them?
Yeah, it's tough. This is one of the hardest teams. It all comes down to how do you view J.J. McCarthy.
Right.
And I've never been a big J.J. McCarthy supporter, but he's got all the all the pieces there to be successful. The coaching is there. The offensive line is very good. Like you said, they brought in Kelly and Fries, Donovan Jackson at left guard, and then they have one of the best tackle duos with Brian O'Neill and Christian Darrisaw. So you get that, and had one of the best receivers in football with Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison as well. Jalen Naylor's a sneaky, solid third one, and then T.J. Hawkinson, a solid tight end. So he has everything to be successful. It's just, will it happen is the big question, and I don't know if I see it because I've never been a McCarthy supporter, but every time I think he's bad, he finds a way to prove me wrong. So
yeah, exactly. Okay, let's move on here. Green Bay. They were 11-6 last year, lost in the wild card round to the eventual Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles on the road. Where do they rank in passing yards per game?
Green Bay passing yards per game, I'd say decent. I'll go 10th.
They were 14th.
Wow.
Rushing yards per game.
Again, I'd say decent. 10th.
6th.
Oh, wow.
Passing yards allowed per game.
I mean, they had a solid defense last season. They finished well. I'll go with, let me guess, 10th.
8th.
Oh.
You're right around it.
I know. I mean, I'm not wrong.
Rushing yards allowed per game.
And again, I think they were decent. I think I'm just going to go with 10th.
7th. You're right there.
That's decent. I'll take that.
14th, 6th, 8th, 7th. So they were pretty solid, but nothing was. I mean, 6th and 7th are pretty good.
Yeah.
But, I was about to say auditions in the offseason. Additions in the offseason. Aaron Banks from the 49ers, Nate Hobbs from the Raiders, Mecole Hardman, and Isaiah Simmons no longer, as he is cut from the team. They drafted Matthew Golden, who is number 20. What is he, 24 as a receiver?
Yeah, it's something weird. Maybe 22. I think it might be 22.
I think it is 22. I'm pretty sure it's 22. But who was the... Was it the BYU quarterback that's number 47?
Yeah.
That is just hilarious.
Just a wild number. It was the BYU quarterback. I can't think of his name.
Yeah, he's number 47, though. Shout out to him.
His name is Bear. Oh, yeah. It was like Bear Backheimer.
Yeah.
Bear,
his name is Bear.
Batchheimer.
His name is Bear.
His name is Bear. That's all that matters.
Backheimer, maybe.
Yeah. Bachmeier.
But they lost to Daryl Slatton, which... It's just a funny name to me for some reason. Jair Alexander, of course, they lost Eric Stokes, Eric Wilson, double Erics. Can't lose two Erics. A.J. Dillon and Josh Myers. And honestly, man, this was a team that I felt like was good last year. A really young team, especially offensively. And this felt like an offseason where they could make some moves and get in the right direction and start competing in a division that's extremely tough right now. And their offseason was a letdown.
Oh, yeah. I'm not it didn't move me, to be honest.
Yeah.
You still have Jordan Love, and he gets hurt, has to have surgery in preseason, so we didn't really get much of a preseason or a training camp. So that's concerning as well. And did they really get better? I don't think so. And they struggled towards the end of last season. Toyotathon didn't work out for Jordan Love last year. Struggled there, but they still have a good offensive line. Zach Tom was good. Jordan Morgan, Elton Jenkins, I think, is back to guard. So I think they'll have a good offensive line, but like we said, this whole division has a very hard strength to schedule, all of them, and they're at victims of that. So we'll see how they do there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're going to be bad by any means. Like we said, this is the best division in football. I don't think any of these teams are bad. However, they were 11-6 last year, and if they didn't get better, it's kind of tough to believe they're going to be able to contend for this division. But they will. They're going to contend for this division, and there's a lot of people picking them for some reason.
Yeah, I wouldn't pick them to win, but
neither would I. But here's one thing, and I will say about this, and I know I'm getting ahead of myself because we're going to do the standings. I see a lot of people getting creative with this division. I'm seeing a lot of Packers. I'm seeing, weirdly, a lot of Vikings. I can say a reason. I can give reasons of why every single team won't win. The least amount of reasons is the Lions, whether you think their offensive line sucks or not. I mean, I don't see the Packers winning this division, really. I find it tough to believe that a rookie, J.J. McCarthy, essentially, is going to be able to win the best division in football, and the Bears are the Bears. So it's really tough for me, even if I'm not a Lions fan, to say that the Lions aren't going to win this division. It's tough.
Yeah, I don't think the Lions win this division.
You actually don't? Do you think the Packers are going to win?
I said I don't.
Oh, you just said you don't think the Lions are going to win this division.
Oh, I meant to say the Packers. I don't think the Packers are going to win this division.
Okay.
They have a good running game. I mean, their offensive line's going to be good.
Yeah,
They have a good running back with Josh Jacobs.
for sure.
And the receiving core, while they have a lot of good players, they don't have a great one.
Yeah,
I think Reed's good. I think Golden's going to be good. Dobbs, I heard, was at risk of being cut, but he makes the team.
really?
Or maybe it was Wicks. It was one of them.
It might have been Wicks.
It might have been neither of them.
Okay.
No, I think it was Dobbs. I thought it was Dobbs was at risk of getting cut. Which, I mean, I think he's a solid receiver. Dontavian Wicks, Christian Watson's going to be out for a while.
Yeah.
Was he out for the season or just?
I know he's on the pup.
Yeah, he's on the pup list. I couldn't remember if he tore his ACL.
Never want to be on the pup.
Oh yeah, he tore his ACL last season.
Yes, at the end.
So he's going to be out for a while still.
Yes.
But I mean, I think you can live without him. You still got some decent guys, and Tucker Kraft and Luke Musgrave doesn't move you as a tight end duo, but you can get it done there. It's just I don't know if I think Jordan Love can win you games. I don't think he can win you a division.
Agreed. Completely agree. At least not with this roster. But all right. Let's move on to our final team here. Team 32 of 32.
Final one.
We're gonna have to cut your cam. But Chicago Bears were 5-12 last year. They lost 10 games in a row at one point after starting 4-2. They missed the playoffs. They I would never, ever, ever wear another team. Just gonna put that out there now. Any respect I had for you is gone.
That's crazy.
Put all the buttons on that hat. Put all the buttons on it.
It's an old hat. I thought I'd bring it out. I mean, why not?
Where did they rank in passing yards per game last year?
I want to go 32nd, but I'll go 30th.
31st. Split them.
Right in the middle.
Rushing yards per game.
26th.
24th.
Oh, I should have. Oh, you know, I said 24th earlier.
Passing yards allowed per game.
What number have I not guessed yet? I'll go 20th.
17th. You've definitely guessed 20. No question.
But have I
You
got it
guess
right?
like the same four numbers.
I know,
every
but have I
time.
ever got it?
No.
I think it's all about getting close. I don't think it's.
It's not about getting it.
It's about getting close, yeah.
27th.
Yeah, bad.
Rushing yards allowed per game.
20th.
27th. They were actually 17th in passing yards allowed per game, but I accidentally just read the rushing yards one out loud and then tried to play it off like I didn't.
Oh.
So the rushing yards is 27th, the passing is 17th. But yeah, horrible. They were bad. No two ways around it. If you want to say that one of the biggest losses for the Lions was Ben Johnson, then I guess the biggest addition for the Bears is Ben Johnson by that logic.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's better for the Bears and it's bad for the Lions.
I don't disagree with that.
Because it's really good for the Bears. I don't think it's really bad for the Lions. That's how I.
I'd definitely say it's bad for the Lions. I don't know if it's really bad, but it's bad for the Lions. Well, I mean, we'll see. Obviously,
yeah,
it's all speculation.
Yeah, we will see. What was really good for
we could be sitting here and you could be saying it's a really bad loss, or you could be saying it's an okay loss.
We play the Packers.
Yeah.
We don't play the Bears.
No, I just mean in general.
Oh, I thought you meant bad loss, like you lose to the Bears week 1.
No, I just mean
okay.
Bad loss as of you're losing
the
Ben
coordinator. Yeah, it's gonna be bad early, or it's going to be. You're gonna feel the loss more early. I think by mid-season, end of season, we're not gonna be talking about Ben Johnson.
Yeah, but you have the Bears like what, week 3 in Detroit?
2, I think.
It could be, yeah, it's either 2 or 3.
I think it's 2. I think it's Packers Bears to open the year in Detroit.
Yeah.
And
you want to be firing on all cylinders for that game.
I know. I wish it wasn't week 2. But also, they're going to be getting adjusted to their new head coach out the Lions in both those games. But regardless, the Bears had a pretty good offseason. Joe Tooney, Dio Dingbo, Jonah Jackson, Grady Jarrett, Drew Dahlman. This offensive line is significantly better, especially with the additions of Tooney and Dahlman. They drafted Colson Loveland, which was a hilarious pick. Luther Burden, they got a steal in the second round, and they also drafted Shamar Turner late in the second round. Losses, not really a ton. Honestly, don't think any of these are impactful. DeMarcus Walker, not on a team. Coleman Shelton, not good. Gerald Everett, old, not on a team. Darrell Taylor. Tevin Jenkins, bad.
No.
Keenan Allen, old and bad. Jacob Martin, who is that?
Jacob Martin's solid, actually. Good pass rusher.
Yeah, I mean, obviously not good enough because the Bears weren't that good last year rushing the passer. However, they also didn't really bring back anybody as well. They brought back Kyler Gordon, TJ Edwards, both extended those, and then re-signed Chris Williams. But, yeah, I mean, I got nothing but good things to say about what the Bears did in the offseason. I think they have a great head coach, obviously, in Ben Johnson. Why am I blanking on their DC?
Dennis Allen.
Dennis Allen. By the way, we were trying to think of the guy's name from the Saints who interned last year. Darren Rizzi. It came to my head
Oh,
after we
yeah.
finished recording. It was Darren
Rizzi,
Rizzi.
yes.
Yes. But yeah, the Bears had a great offseason. They're the offseason champs 3 years in a row for a
Yeah.
reason. They haven't done it in the regular season yet. And until they do, I'm not picking them to win shit.
Yeah, 3 years in a row offseason champ. Very impressive. Shout out to the Bears for that. Don't know how you are able to be that successful in the offseason and not
Your team
successful
picks a
during
different
the
quarterback and you switch up on them.
season. We don't even know where I'm going with this yet.
Just saying, you're wearing the hat.
I can wear a hat and still say
You
other
switched
things.
up on your team.
Never switched up on my team. That's just a completely wrong take. I think they did great things with the offensive line, bringing in Dahlman, Jackson, Tooney. If they can all stay healthy, that can be one of the best interior offensive lineman trios in football. Luke Newman's a solid depth piece. I've heard good things from him out of camp, former Spartan dog, so good for him finding his way onto that team. And they have a great receiving room with Luther Burden as their third receiver now, Odunze, and obviously DJ Moore. My concern is I've never been a big DeAndre Swift fan. I'm a little concerned that he's not going to be able to be he's not going to be close to what Jahmyr Gibbs is with the Lions.
Yes.
Or even David Montgomery with the Lions. But they're going to want to run the football, and he's going to have to be pretty good. And we've seen him be solid at points, but I still think that's a spot they should have improved on in the offseason. Like we said with the Vikings, it all depends on J.J. McCarthy, but we haven't seen him play. We need Caleb Williams to improve. He hasn't been for me, it was a disappointing rookie season all around. But
Bears fans would argue against that.
The coaching staff was very bad for him all around. I mean, stats-wise and play-wise, you can say it was a bad season and then say the coaches were the problem. But then he had a bad season.
Bears always have an excuse for whatever
they
protects
do
their
always have an
narrative.
excuse.
Yeah.
Yes. But the defense should still be pretty solid. Montez Sweat is still there. They still got guys.
Secondary still has.
I mean, they still have one of the better cornerbacks in Jalen
Correct.
Johnson out there.
And then
they need guys to stay healthy as well. But yeah, I don't know how to feel about this team. Do I think they can beat a team like the Vikings? I think they can do it, but I don't know.
I have my
Going
standings
back and
picks up and
forth.
ready to go.
It was just, it's like Caleb Williams has everything to be successful. Can he do it? Is again the biggest question. Solid linebacking duo, I guess, with Tremaine Edmonds and TJ Edwards.
Yeah, I'm sure the Bears will be solid.
And I think their defense is going to be improved as well with Dennis Allen out there as the defensive coordinator. He's been very successful as a defensive coordinator in his career.
Yep. I'm going to do my standings. Gonna start with the Lions for obvious reasons. 2, I'm gonna go with the Packers, actually. Despite them not having a good offseason, I think they were a good enough team to begin with where I think it's fine. At 3, the Bears are starting their lease in Arlington Heights soon. Correct?
I have no idea.
But they still have their lease for last place in the division of the NFC North. So I'm going to go Vikings third, Bears last. Still got some payments, though.
Interesting. I have the Lions first, even though they have the hardest schedule. I think the Bears might have the easiest schedule out of the 4 teams in this division. The only concern I have with the Bears on the offensive line is the tackles. I still think they're going to have a great offensive line, though. I'll go Bears 2, Packers 3, Vikings 4.
Whew. Wow. You wore that hat for a reason.
I mean, I think the head coaching upgrade is huge. I still don't think if they make the playoffs, I don't think they do anything in the playoffs. With that being said.
All right. We shall see.
We shall see.
All right, let's do our division awards here. Do you have this one written down?
I
don't know this one either.
I don't.
My offensive rookie of the year. Loveland, no chance. Burden, no chance. Golden, no chance.
I mean, I know where
Donovan
you're going
Jackson,
with
no
this.
chance. Oh, yeah, a true starter impact player immediately. Tate Ratledge
I knew you were going
is going to be my offensive rookie of the year. He's, like I said, the Lions are putting a lot of pressure on him his rookie year, but he was a 4-year starter at Georgia, or not Georgia. Wait, is he Georgia or Ohio State? Why am I messing that up? He's Georgia. Tyleik Williams is Ohio State. But, yeah, he was a 4-year starter. Come on. Easy money. Golden, I guess, might be good because, like you said, Christian Watson is out for a while, so he's going to get some opportunities. And I actually like Luther Burden Jr. or Luther Burden III a lot. I was just kind of trolling because he's a Bear. But yeah, I got to go with Tate Ratledge here. I think he has the most pressure on him to make an immediate impact of all these guys.
I don't disagree. But I think I'm going with Colston Loveland
Really?
as my O'Roy. I think he's just going to be on the field a lot. I mean, I think him and Cole Kmet, I don't think they're great. In my opinion, I don't think they're good, but I think he's going to get the ball thrown to him a decent amount. He's going to be on the field a lot. And while I don't think he's that good, I think he could get a lot of touches. And there's not too many weapons outside of Tate Ratledge to pick for this division. So I'm going Colston Loveland.
Oh, my God.
I know, yeah.
Defense is brutal.
It is.
I mean, I'm going with Tyreek Williams.
It is.
It was shocking to me to see that he was the highest defensive player drafted in this division.
Honestly, I think both sides of the ball in this division, there isn't too many.
Yeah, because all the teams were fairly good.
Yeah.
Except for the Bears. But, yeah, I'm going to take Tyreek Williams. I don't even think he's going to have a crazy rookie year, but there's no Ali McNeil for the first few weeks, so he's going to be on the field a lot. And same as we talk about with a lot of these guys with these division awards, sometimes you just don't have competition, and it makes a guy get picked easier.
I mean, that's why I picked Colston Loveland. I'm also going with Tyreek Williams as my D-Roy. He just doesn't have too much competition. I also could see Testa finding a way if there's an injury to breaking out and becoming in
for sure.
O'Roy with the Lions.
I'll pick all of them if you let me. I'll take them all. Okay. Offensive player of the year. Excuse me. I definitely should have planned out the one for my own division.
Yeah.
But
I'm making you go first for this one.
God damn it. Which line am I picking for MVP and which one am I picking for offensive player of the year? I'm gonna go with Gibbs. For offensive player of the year.
Really? Oh wow.
He led the league. He led the league in touchdowns last year. What, do you see some info?
No, there's a new best player in Chicago baseball.
Oh, Colson Montgomery.
Yeah, he had another homer today. 4 in a row.
Wow.
And they got bases loaded, no outs right now.
Yeah, I'm going with Gibbs. Most touchdowns in the NFL last year. He's one of the most dynamic players and one of the most dynamic running backs in football. He's great in the passing game. He's super shifty. He had a career year last year, and he's just going to keep getting better.
I have so many options that I want to decide with this one. This one's one of the tougher ones for me to pick. I'm going to go with Jared Goff as my old boy.
Okay. Not such a goof if he's your old boy.
Yeah, I got Jared Goff as my old boy. He was a goof in the playoffs last year, but during the regular season, he was fantastic. One of the best quarterbacks in football. New offensive coordinator could start out slow. Wouldn't be shocked if they run the ball a lot to start the season. But yeah, I still think he's going to find his way. I got Jared Goff.
Okay. For my defensive player of the year, I'm obviously going with Aiden Hutchinson. He was on pace to have one of the best defensive seasons in the NFL, in the history of the NFL last season before he got hurt. I know the leg injury is scary. I don't care. He's super young. He's just starting to hit his full potential in the NFL. I think he's still going to be able to compete for the best defensive player in the NFL this season. And if I'm going to pick him to compete in the D-point race for the NFL, he has to be my D-point for the NFC North.
For my D-point, I'm going to go with Jalen Johnson with the Bears, one of the best corners in football. He's going to have to continue to do that. And if I picked him to finish second, they're going to need someone to step up and be a top player. I'm still concerned with Aiden Hutchinson and the injury. Before the injury, he was great, but the injury scares me a little bit. I'm going with Jalen Johnson. I think it's a pretty safe pick. I don't really want to. I'll talk about it after, actually. Let's do MVP.
And then my MVP is Jared Goff. I'm ready for the chance to come back. He's the most underrated quarterback in football, the most efficient quarterback in football. And as long as this offensive line doesn't completely blow up in his face, he's going to be one of the best in the league once again this year.
So for MVP, I'm going to go.
Don't do it.
I'm going with Jahmyr Gibbs. What are we talking about?
I thought
here?
so too.
I'm going with
first.
That was the only one I had written down was Jahmyr Gibbs, one of my favorite running backs in football. I owe him. Won me a big fantasy football championship last season. He was dominant, one of the best running backs in football. I think that's going to continue. I still think they're going to run the ball a lot. Is he as successful as last year? I don't know, but I think he's going to be great.
And he got you a win in a game that didn't matter for him or his team.
What do you mean?
The Niners game. It didn't matter if they won
Oh,
or
yeah,
lost.
yeah.
It was the same
Yes.
result regardless. Okay. That's it. You said you had something else?
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about our NFC preseason predictions last year.
Oh, please, yes.
Do you remember who we each picked for MVP?
Golf?
We both picked golf, yes.
Successful.
In the post, we also went with golf for both of them. For point, who did we each pick?
Gibbs or Amon-Ra or Justin Jefferson?
Who did I pick?
Jefferson?
No.
Gibbs?
No. Oh, I forgot Jefferson as an boy. This is why I do them beforehand. This is why
I didn't
do 'em
forget.
beforehand.
I didn't forget. Let the record be known. I didn't forget.
I kind of
who'd
wanted
we
to spread
pick?
out the wealth. I picked Jordan Love.
Really?
Yeah.
I definitely clowned you for that.
I remember that.
Preseason.
Yes, yes, preseason.
And then it was post.
Because I was excited about how he ended the season. You picked Amon-Ra for postseason. We both picked Jahmyr Gibbs.
Fair enough. Okay.
Depoy, who did we each pick? I feel like you should remember this
I
one.
picked Hutch, and you picked Montez Sweat.
Yes.
Horrible take.
In the post, I took Van Ginkel. You took Kirby Joseph.
I should have just taken Hutch in the post, too.
Yeah, and then for the O'Roy and D-Roy, we both picked Caleb Williams for both of them. And then for preseason, I took Dallas Turner. You took Terrion Arnold. In the post, I believe we both took Edge Cooper.
Yeah. That
So,
checks.
Yeah.
I mean, that wasn't that long ago. I think it was just a couple
Yeah.
months ago. But yeah,
Oh, my God.
What?
I forgot TJ Watt, too, in the AFC North.
Oh, wow. Well, I picked
wow.
Myles Garrett. I don't blame myself.
Yeah, I wish I could go back to that one. But
Well,
it's
here's the
okay.
problem is usually in a division like that where you have two of the best defensive players, you can get away with putting a defensive player at MVP. But when you have Burrow, Lamar,
Yeah, it's
Garrett,
there's so
Watt,
many.
it's tough. You
I mean,
one of those has to get left out.
You took Garrett preseason
And
as MVP. And
Last
you
year?
finished with Lamar.
yeah, see, I learned my lesson this year. But all right, that